Hi, I am Jayanti. Welcome to my channel. Today I am here to introduce how the MATLAB can be applied for the polarity test of transformer, this experiment. Before starting it, I want to share something about the polarity test. Why the polarity test is required for the parallel operation of the transformers. This one is very essential. Now, I am sharing the screen of how the MATLAB can be implemented or used for the polarity test of the transformer. Okay, just see here, all of us know that after clicking the double click on the MATLAB shortcut, the command window, this page is open here. This page is open here. Just see here, then what is happening? Here, there are the several options. Just see on the bottom of the desktop, that is one option, that is the Simulink. That one is the Simulink. Just double click on this option, then see another window page is opened here. This one is nothing but the Simulink library browser. Simulink library browser. And there are so many options from or by which we can construct different types of circuit related to mechanical, electrical, etc. Now, for polarity test, we have only the botheration about the power system components. Where we will get these power system components, that is one option, that is the same power system. That one is the same power system. And under same power system also, there are several components, application libraries, then electrical sources, elements, extra library, machines, measurement, power electronics, and power guide. The power guide, that is graphical user interface, which one is also required for our polarity test purpose. Now, if all of us know that for the polarity test of the transformer, one transformer and another one is the AC supply voltage are essential components here. So we have to paste these components or drag and drop these components on a separate page. How this page is created here? On the Simulink library browser, there is one option, that is file, then new, then model file. Go to model file here. Maximize it, and then Simulink. And how this AC supply voltage is coming here, just see here, there is one option, that is electrical sources. There are also the different types of sources. AC current source, it may be voltage source, battery, control current source, etc., or DC voltage source, etc. We want to have the AC voltage source, just drag and drop this AC voltage source on this page, that is the model page. Next one is the transformer. Transformer is required here. Just see there is the element option. On the same power system, there is option elements. Click here. Double click. Or we want to have the multi-winding transformer. Drag and drop this multi-winding transformer. Just see, we want to have the two windings only. One is the primary winding, another one is the secondary winding. That means double click on this. Obviously, it will be left click on this multi-winding transformer. No tabs are required here. Number of windings on the right side is required as only one. That is one primary winding. One secondary winding is required here. Then go to parameter. Suppose supposed to say we are using here 1 kVA transformer having the supply frequency as 50 Hertz, and the primary and the secondary winding ratio, that is voltage ratio, as 3. Suppose we want to have the 300 volt and 100 volt on the secondary side, or the low voltage winding side, it is better to say. On the high voltage winding side it is 300 volt, then on the secondary, on the low voltage winding side, it is as 100 volt. And 120 to 120, these are not required here, or if it has been given here, but these are not applicable for this case. Okay, then winding resistances all are given here. Suppose we were not changing these parameters. Apply OK. Now see, there are only one primary winding and one secondary winding only. Now we want to connect the AC voltage with the primary side or the high voltage winding side. We have taken here high voltage winding as the primary winding. Now obviously this one will be the secondary winding side. Select and shift F. And see what is happening here. Then for measurement of the voltages for both the cases, that is the primary and the secondary side, voltmeters are equal here. So how these voltmeters are coming? Just see, under the same power system, there are the options measurements. And in this measurement, there is a voltage measurement part or component, drag and drop again on this page. And see, there are 3 voltmeters are equal for this configuration. 3 voltmeters are equal for this configuration. One for primary winding side, one for secondary winding side, and another for test purpose. Click this primary, click this voltmeter with across the primary winding side or the across the AC voltage. Next one is the secondary winding, also is connected across the voltmeter, another 1 voltmeter. And there is a third voltmeter. Suppose before starting it, just see, observe here, there are the 2 polarities or 2 terminals across the primary winding side. One is 1 plus, another one is 1. Similarly, for the secondary winding side also, there are 2 terminals, one is plus 2, another one is 2. Okay, suppose we want to connect the voltmeter or connect across the 1 plus, 2 plus, just like that. Then what will be the status of 1 and 2 or the P2S2 or the another terminals of primary and the secondary windings? We have to short circuit it. How it's possible? Directly short circuit in this condition is not possible. That's why we have to select here ground. We have to select here ground. We can find out our required options in this way also, just by typing and entering. We can get this option also. Just see here, ground is coming from sim power system. Ground is in the sim power system also. Just drag and drop it. And now see. At first, with this ground, the 1 terminal or P2 terminal is connected. Then ground is actually not required here. Cut and paste this ground on any position of this page. Then this wire is connected with 2 or the H2 terminals. Now there are the 3 voltmeters having the 3 output ports. Before starting it, we can differentiate or extinguish the different voltmeter parameters as, suppose the AC supply voltage or primary winding voltage is named as V1, signal name V1, and it is show the propagated signals as on, apply OK. Then next one is the secondary voltage. Similarly, go to secondary voltage measurement, right click on it, and port signal properties, output port, and then supposed to say it is named as V2, show propagated signals on, apply OK. And the voltmeter which is inserted here for the test purpose is named as, suppose the output of this voltmeter is named as V3. So propagated signals on, apply OK. Now we want to have the graphical presentation. We want to have the graphical presentation of all these output, all these output voltages. How? This why the scope is required here. SCOPE scope is required here. and drag and drop the scope parameter or scope element here. Just see there is only the one input port, but we want to have the 3 output port according to our requirement. How it's possible? Double click on the scope page, maximize, and see here. There is a one option that is parameters. There is one option that is the parameters. Double click on this option. Number of axes, which is shown as 1, just change it to 3, apply, okay. Just see here 3 several windows, three several sub windows or the accesses are created here. Now connect all these voltmeter. Now connect all these voltmeter output with the input of the scope. With the input of the scope. In this way, the total connection of V1, V2, V3 are completed. Besides it, that there is another component which is very, very essential for the polarity test just by viewing the results. That one is the power guide. That one is the power guide. Sim power system. It is also under sim power system. Drag and drop it here. That is the power guide. Okay. Now we have to check whether the frequency of transformer and the AC supply voltage are same or not. There is a 60 Hertz frequency, so we have to recite it as a 50 Hertz frequency. Okay, now save. Suppose this one is saved as in any drive as PT polarity test. PT polarity test save is no extension is required. It is automatically saved as start.mdl extension file save is. And see on the top of this page, there are several options. There is one option that is the simulation stop time. That one is given as 10 seconds by default, which one is very, very large for this type of circuit. We want to change. Suppose we are giving it as 0.2 second. Again, save it and start simulation and observe what we are getting. You see, maximizing, there are the voltages like that. There are the voltages like that. V1, V2, V3 voltages are like that. Next one, go to power guide. Just by double click, then see under the analysis tools. Under the analysis tool, there are also the several options. The first one is necessary for us, that is the steady state voltages and currents. That is the steady state voltages and current. Single click on it, single left click on it and see the voltage measurement of V1, that is the primary voltage is 100 volt. Secondary voltage is 33.32 volt because we have taken here 3:1 ratio, the transformer having the ratio 3:1. And the voltmeter which is connected across the primary and secondary winding terminals show us 66.68 volt, which is nothing but the subtractive in result, which one is nothing but the subtractive in result. You see that means subtractive in result when it is subtractive in result when the P1, S1 are connected across a voltmeter and P2, S2 are connected, are short circuited, right? Okay, now that means the same polarities, they are of same polarities. Now we want to have the connect the voltmeter. We want to have the voltmeter connected across P1, S2. That is P1, S2 means 1 plus 2. 1 plus and 2. Remove the short circuit. You see here what is happening. Just observe here. What is happening? The voltmeter is connected. The voltmeter is connected across P1. Voltmeter is connected across P1 S2. Just like that. And again, we want to, or we have to short circuit the terminal, that is the S1 P2. S1 P2, again the ground terminal is required here. So S1 P2 connect these terminals with the ground. Next, ground is not required here. So cut and paste on the any position of this page and extend this connection up to S1 or 2 plus, up to S1 or 2 plus, just like that. And again, simulate the circuit and go to simulate the circuit and again go to the continuous power guide which has already been opened. And again, go to steady state voltage. What are the changes here? Just see here what are the changes occurring. Again, the primary winding voltage is 100 volt. Secondary, we have to update. Again, the secondary winding voltage is 33.32 volt because we haven't changed it. But still now the another voltmeter showing us 66.68 volt and it was the result for previous one. So we have to update the steady state value. We have to update the steady state values. Now it is changing. What's the value here? 133.32 volt, which is nothing but the addition of these 2 volts, which is nothing but the addition of these above 2 voltages, that is the primary and secondary voltages. So just see here, that means the 2 opposite polarities are connected together here. 2 opposite polarities are connected together here. That's why the result showing us of additive nature. Next, another in this way we can conclude that the same polarities, if the transformers are having the same polarities, then they will oppose each other. Then the voltmeter result will be of subtractive. That is, if the V3 is the result and V1 is primary voltage, V2 is the secondary voltage, then V2 will be V1 minus V2 for the opposite polarity, and for the same polarity, and for the opposite polarity it will be additive in nature, that is V1 plus V2. And the same thing can be continue on the same page, just like it. Here the configuration 1, just see what's the changes occurring here. This one is the V1, this one is the V2 voltage measurement, and this one is the V3. And see if V3 is connected across the +2 for this configuration, and 1, +2 and 1, that is P2S1. P2S1. Here the voltmeter V3 is connected across P2S1. Next one, configuration 2, the voltmeter V6. V6 is connected across P2 S2, across P2 S2, that is the of same polarity. Next one, for this configuration, the V7 is showing us the primary winding voltage, V8 showing us secondary winding voltage, V9 is the test voltmeter. Test voltmeter means this one is connected across S2 and P1, S2 and P1, that means are of different polarity, Now, I am simulating this circuit. And show what's the result is coming. Go to again continuous power guide, steady state voltage and current. And see for the configuration 1, V1 is the primary voltage, which one is 100 volt. V2 is the secondary voltage, which one is 33.32 volt, but V3 is 133 volt. That is additive in nature. V3 is 133.32 volt. That one is additive in nature. So here, obviously, the two transformer windings connected across V3 are of different polarity. Next, for configuration 2, just see configuration 2, V4 again primary winding voltage 100 volt, V5 33.32 volt, and V6 showing us 66.68 volt. Which one is subtractive in nature? That means the voltmeter V6 connected across the transformer windings, different windings, are of same polarity, And the last one for the configuration 3, V7 again the primary winding voltage 100 volt, V8 33.32 volt, and V9 133.32 volt. Which one again is additive in nature? That means the V9 voltmeter connected across the different transformer windings, that is primary and secondary windings, having the different polarities. So we can conclude that the different polarities, the two windings having the different polarities, if connected across a voltmeter, then the voltage will be additive in nature, and the same polarity voltage will oppose each other. That's why they will be subtractive in nature. And this one is all about for today's class. That is the polarity test of transformer, polarity test of potential transformer by using MATLAB. Thanks to all of you for having the good patience and having the good patience and cooperation with me.